Hi F2Ps, it's Goodfellow here from F2P.com, and today we are checking out Faeria from Abracam. It is a new card collecting game meets living board game strategy. Makes more sense as we start playing it, and I'm showing you guys what it's all about. We'll start with the card collecting bit. That's the easiest bit to latch onto, but it is very much in the same vein as Poxnora, Duelist, even elements of World of Tanks Generals. You play creature cards onto the battle map and you can move them around. So it's not strictly just a card collecting game, but it does have the card collecting and deck building element in the background. So we've played the game for a couple of hours now actually. We've managed to reach level 5, which means we unlocked Pandora, which is the arena mode. We're not going to play it because it just takes too long to sit down and strategize over what cards to choose, but just a little look over it is essentially an arena mode, so you get 5 choice of cards. So we'd already started doing this, and because you spend a coin to enter it, even though we had to close the game down, it saved it, which is pretty cool. So it wasn't a case of, oh, you're leaving Pandora, you lose the coin, yada yada. So we've had the benefit of, well, we've already kind of picked 2 cards, then we kind of get to keep going. So this is, I presume, the full selection of cards available. And as you can see, it's pretty standard in, at least in the terms of how a card collecting game is set up. You've got your mana costs, or in this game, your Faeria costs. You've got attack damage, you've got hit points, and then you've got traits. Most things do have a trait, so it'll be kind of like gift, give a creature protection, which in other games it would be summon. So once this card is played, you can give protection, and as you see where the little black box that pops up, protection. The next time this creature takes damage, it ignores it and loses protection instead. So you've got stuff like, you've got taunt, you've got rush, haste, charge, that kind of stuff. So we're very familiar with how this all works. The only difference is these little guys here. So 2, 2, 2, 2. We're going to go into detail more. This is your terrain requirements, and we'll explain this as we play a game. We'll play a PvE game so we can walk you through it a little bit easier without the pressure of having to perform whilst kind of under the time limit and kind of holding up another player's game. So we're going to come out of this. What I will say with Pandora Mode, it is an arena mode. There's 2 ways to access it, which we actually really like. You can either use a Pandora coin, which you can purchase from the game shop. So we've got 260, I think that was crafted stuff. So we've got 260 gold at the moment. So we could buy a Pandora coin. And if we use that, then it's kind of standard arena mode. Also, obviously, this is a premium currency. Standard arena mode where you have a maximum of 12 matches that you can play to, but you get kicked out if you lose 3 matches. And the further you get into it, the better the chance of unlocking more rewards. You can get mythic rarity cards. You get a booster pack by default, and the booster packs, there you go, yeah, booster pack. So the booster packs cost 100 coins. So if you feel like you're gonna kind of get something out of doing the Pandora run, then it's almost worth spending the other extra 150, because you're gonna get a booster pack anyway. If you feel that you're at a stage where, you know, I need more cards, then spending your 100 gold on 2 booster packs is probably the better option. However, there's also Phantom Coins, which you can buy with currency. Now, with the Phantom Coins, you do earn one of these once a day anyway, which is pretty cool. But you only earn 1. You can obviously buy extra ones. This gives you a Phantom run, so it's kind of like Pandora, kind of like an arena run, but it is a maximum of 6 matches, and you can lose 2 of them. So once you lose 2, you're kicked out. And it is set rewards for each victory. So with your first victory, you'll win like, I don't know, 10 gold. Second victory, 20 gold. I think it works its way up to, if you win all 6 battles, you get 100 gold, so enough to buy a booster pack. So kind of worth that 50 gold trade. You could potentially get 2 runs at a Phantom run. But you also get a Pandora coin. So then you've got another run into this. So for me, if you've got a half decent deck and you're half decent at playing the game, then investing in the Phantom coins, I think, is the better option than outright buying the booster packs. At least to kind of start with. So that's kind of where we're at. Other stuff you can buy. So you've got booster packs. You've got different avatars, stuff like that. And then you've got this, at the moment, you've got the collector's edition type thing. So for £40, English monies, you get every card in the core set. So it's kind of pay to winish, sort of, because you get every card. But I think kind of that's only really going to come into play for players that are really committed to the game, and those players are going to be of higher tier, higher rank, and right now we don't even have ranked play unlocked because you need to hit level 8. So what we do have is solo play, so PvE mode. We've got different quests. So we've got, at the moment, I think these are both just standard quests. Every so often you get an epic quest, which is supposed to be harder. Isn't necessarily always the case. We found that sometimes we struggle with a normal quest over an epic quest. Then you've got the puzzles as well. I'm going to jump into a puzzle because it's fairly quick and easy. You might have seen this in other games like this type. Duelist, I definitely know, has this kind of system where the objective is to win in one turn. So we've got Frogify. Transform a creature into a 2/2 frog with jump. So it will have 2 attack and 2 hit points. And with jump, as you can see at the top, can move up to 2 spaces, jumping over anything in its way. So we've got 10 mana. We've got to do this in one turn. So if I transform a creature. Hold on. Now I wonder whether this is any creature. Because right now, you can say, okay, we'll turn him into a 2/2, make him jump there, and then attack. However, because I'm next to a taunted creature, this unit can't do anything but attack that. I can't even move away at the moment. So if there was somebody else here, I couldn't attack it. I can't do anything. So I presume I can turn him into a frog first. There you go. He loses his taunt. I can then turn into mine, move over here, and then make my attack. Huzzah! Okay, so that's kind of thing. It's cool. It's, you know, it's cute. It gives you a good idea of the different mechanics and how to use them. It gives you some quest rewards, which is always good. So I like the puzzle mode. It's not that difficult that it's such a big deal. But we're going to jump into this is level 8 quest. Let's try this one out. So at the moment, I've not actually edited my deck at all. This is the default deck that I've got that cards have been automatically added into. So I'm going to stick with this one for now because I know what it's about. I am going to open some decks, some booster packs at the end because I've got a few that have piled up. I think I got some booster packs for confirming my account once I'd made an account. There's like I think they've had like some free giveaways where you can enter a competition and just by entering you get booster packs or something along those lines. Anyway, so this is kind of fairly standard. Starting out, we get to choose which of our cards we want. I'm going to keep them both. Neither of them are too bad. I do not know. We'll get rid of Walking Fortress. Let's see if we can get something more lower level to start with. Okay. Queen's Assassin. It's not too bad. So Death Touch. Basically, he's only got 1 hit, 1 damage, but it will instantly kill anything. So that's not too bad. So this is the map. Those two weren't there. These 2 plains land tiles. It does start out as being completely empty, but it was this dude's turn first. Now, at the beginning of your turn, you've got your Faeria here. And these are the different cards we can play. So at the moment I can play Queen's Assassin and I can play Explore. Kind of want to save Queen's Assassin for something big and bad that he's undoubtedly going to bring out at some point. Now, whilst you can play and play your different cards and use up your Faeria, and if you get adjacent to these, if you have a unit at the next to these Faeria wells at the beginning of the game, you get extra Faeria. You can also manipulate the land, so I can either place two tiles, so I choose, and they have to be connected, so I can't place them anywhere, so they have to be connecting from me or touching another one. Or I can place one of the four different terrain tiles. So we've got lakes, forests, mountains, deserts. Now, this is what we're saying about the cards. You can see here that it has, I can't scroll up any further, it has a requirement of one forest. So before I can play this card, I need to put down one forest terrain. Now, some cards, when you play them, they can also put down forest. You kind of basically build a forest deck, but you kind of have multiple terrain type cards. It just means you have to spread your strategy a little bit more. We've got the Explore card, so that creates a prairie and gains 2. So the prairies are these ones. So these have no benefits or aren't prerequisites to different cards, but they do allow you to move around the map, get close to these wells, and basically try and reach this dude, because this is the thing we have to get at. We have to attack him either with our units or with spells and that kind of thing. So we're going to create 2 prairies. We might as well. So we're going to start there. Oh, there's just one prairie. I thought it said create 2. Okay. And then for the next one, I think we're just going to now I feel like we should put this down so we can play this dude, get that extra fairy at the beginning. So this guy, he's just going to get stronger and stronger while he has less than 5 life. So he'll gain a +1/+1. So he's going to, untouched, end up as a +4 attack +5 minion. But then if he takes damage and I get him out of battle, he's going to gain +1. So his attack can get really high if you keep letting him take damage and then getting out of there, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we might as well play this guy and put him out here for now. Just keep him floating around the battlefield. So as you can see, choosing your deck, as ever with any type of CCG, is tactical. Where you position your units is tactical. Where you place your land is tactical. So there's quite a lot to it. Okay, this person requires 6 mana. I'm getting some pretty harsh cards here. 6 mana and 3 forest cards. I'm not in a position to put forest cards yet, but if I put down my land, I'm going to put this guy here. Now this is probably going to move in and attack me. It could potentially come in and attack him, and I don't mind if that happens. But yeah, so I can potentially take out both of these guys. Oh, he's going to be putting something big and bad over here. So basically, like I said, with the requirements for the forest, it also means when this is entering battle, it can only enter battle on a forest tile. So I would need, if I wanted to, like he has, get this card and be able to place it over there, I would need a forest tile. I'd need a forest tile, one that I've placed at that end. So yeah, him placing that there is a bit of a bummer for us. I'm going to put this here for whatever gets placed in. I should probably try and get my forest tiles out. You know what? I'm gonna build up here like he's doing. And it's going to be the plan. And I can at least potentially kind of corner off this side of the map so that I'm the only one with access to these wells. And that's what I'm going to go for. And I can convert these plains tiles into a terrain tile as well, so that's not too much of a problem. I think you can only place terrain with adjoining terrain, or in the case of this dude, if he moved onto my terrain, he could place one here, so you can place it next to where one of your units currently exists. Now I'm feeling that I want to make sure that I'm not boxed in here, so I want some movement. He's gonna die if I attack with him, so there's no point just sacrificing him yet. I'm gonna leave him here, whereas she can do 4 damage. Okay, I'm going to place her here so I can get this Faeria point. If he does place any big rock things, because obviously mine are forests, his are mountains, so he's going to place something potentially big there. I've got quite a bit of damage that I can do. I can inflict 4, so I can inflict 10 damage on whatever lands there. I mean, potentially take out 3 of my units, but that's not too bad. Don't mind too much. So he's getting a nice little cluster of stuff around here. Okay, so he's killed that. Wasn't ideal, but I can move him there and move this in to take the damage, which brings its hit points down, which means it's now going to heal for 2. It's going to boost itself for 2 turns, taking back up to 5, but then taking that up to 6. So by taking damage with that, that's actually really helped us out. Now I really need to start placing some forest down because I've got these cards that I'm not able to play, so I think we're going to go like that. And we're going to put this... Oh no, I can't place it yet, I need another one. Okay, I ain't doing nothing yet. Okay, so I'm going to occupy this. Now, he's only got 1 mountain tile, and you can't place a unit on an occupied tile. So, even if he has something really powerful, he can't place it yet until he builds another mountain tile. Now he can potentially just build a mountain tile in the next turn and put it there, which is fine. But us occupying that means that we have kind of strategically positioned ourselves. Again, not too much of a big deal because we have this guy here who can one-hit kill everything. So he's a really good defender for sitting on this back line if he wants to kind of push anything. There you go. So is he going to try and play something big and strong? Okay, so we've got deal 2 damage to your opponents. That does that straight away. Okay, which is fine. It's absolutely not a problem because, like I said, we can kill this guy with 1 hit with this. Totally worth it for us. Okay, so what I want to do is... I think I'm going to have to get another forest tile. There we go. So we can place there. If we move there, we get that Faeria. If we move there, we get that Faeria. And then we can place her as well. So we've got potentially 6 damage that we can deal this way. I'm going to leave him around here, I think, for now. He's not ideally positioned, I don't think. Because anything that gets placed here, I can't reach now. I can still deal 8 damage to anything that gets placed there, though. So, again, it's not terrible. Unless it's got 9 damage. Okay. So, what I'm going to want is... I'm just going to attack these first. So when these guys die, they make other stuff more powerful. So something will get a +3/+5, which is pretty cool. I can't block both of these yet, unless I can. So instead of placing a tile, I can either take an extra mana, an extra fairy, or I can draw a card. So I'm going to draw a card. See if I get a low. Yes. Okay. So I can now block both these areas with that. And I'm going to move this guy further forward. So he's only got taunt, which is cool. That's fine. I can now potentially kill this guy. There's none here that I'm that bothered about dying. So I'm not going to try and whittle him down. I'm just going to leave it as is. He's kind of my strongest one at the moment. If all these died and then these guys up here die, then he's going to be like super powerful. Which... only benefits us, so it's pretty cool. Now I was going to try and place land there actually, so that's a pretty good, a pretty bold move. Okay, I've got a Barbarian Ogre coming up here. Okay, that's fine. And we're still just going to deal some damage up here. Whittling away. Okay, this works for us, so we only need to sacrifice one because we've got to deal damage to one creature. So we will just kill off her. If I move here, and I take... Oh no, it only gives me 4. Okay, that was probably a bit of a waste then, really. Okay, we're going to make sure he's not placing any more of those big dudes on here. So we're a little bit more well defended. And I am going to draw another card. Fanboy! Fanboy is always good. So we can put a fanboy up here. And he's going to now take this mana every turn. Okay, works well for us. The reality is unless this kind of gets dealt with quickly, we're pretty much just picking away up here, so it's not too much of a problem for us. Deal 2 damage to your opponent. Oh, okay, there we go. We're gonna put this guy. Ooh. Yeah. We can move here to claim that. Might as well move him forward. She can kill that off, which is fine. And we'll put the Steam Enforcer down here. Keep him as a backline defender. I mean, our strongest thing is here, so he's going to take out anything. And we will draw another card, I guess. Another Enforcer. Cool. So there you go. I'm pretty sure we've got this one in the bag. I'm not too worried about what this guy's going to do. He's attacked that anyway, so unless they're going to be able to deal 1 damage to an enemy. Killed off my dude. Oh, what does that do? Whenever an enemy creature... So we've won. Whenever an enemy creature dies, gain +2/+1. Oh, cool. That's quite good. Okay, so there we go. We have been victorious. Huzzah! Extra rewards. So again, daily quest complete. Okay, so play 15 events. We've done that now. Battle in solo mode until Sifa returns. Sifa returned. There you go. An epic quest. There's nothing really that different. The good thing about the solo mode and these kind of PvE is that you kind of have different mechanics sometimes. So like the fairy wells can be in different positions. One of the epic quests. Requires level 6. Okay, so there's actually... obviously, this is the first time I've reached a level requirement on it. So you can't just level up exclusively with this, I guess. I don't know, it's a level 6 quest. Oh, there's probably a few there that I can get. A few puzzles that I can get. Daily quests, okay, yep. Defeat Sifa. So, let's go to the shop. We've got 390 credits, so we can buy some booster packs. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so then we go to our booster packs. We've got 8 to open. That's the first booster pack we've opened. Firebomb, Air Elemental, so that's a desert requirement. Oasis Explorer. Okay, that's good. Let's get some more going on. Okay. Oh, I think that's rarer. Is that? I don't know what the rarities are actually. I know these are all normal, but that. I mean, 24. I don't think I've ever had 24 fairy available. Crikey. Okay. Krog the Ogre King. It's nice. We'll check out the deck builder as well once we've got these. Give you guys a little check, and then I think we'll kind of wrap up the video. So you can see these are normal. This has got a slightly different curve on it, so I imagine that's maybe... So these are like common, I don't know, maybe uncommon, rare, and then there's like mythical, legendary. Okay. I think we did really well with those two orange things. I don't know whether they're legendary or not, but they're pretty good. And one more. Okay, cool. Well, let's have a look, because we'll go into the deck builder and it will tell us. Oh no, sorry, I don't want to do that. Go into deck builder. So if we create a deck, let's have a look. So you've got the codex, which kind of has them grouped up into different different terrains and stuff, so you can just kind of click these, or you can just go directly with your cards and pick whatever you want. So that's pretty cool. So if you want some kind of functionality without screwing your deck up that much, then this will really help you build out a deck. And I'm presuming that means we've kind of collected all these. We will unlock I want to get rid of these. I presume we'll unlock the codex as we've got the like all the cards from within, maybe? I don't know. So Desert 1 7+. Okay, where can I check out the rarity? Okay, standard, mythic. Let's have a look. Where? Okay. Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know what. Yeah. So that helps me pick my mythic cards, but obviously I have no mythic cards. As far as I'm aware, I don't. No. So these are standard cards. So I guess they might be legendary. I think it's going to be like normal, rare, legendary, mythic. So they might be legendary ones that I've got. It's pretty cool. I'm happy to have some legendaries. Draw until you have 9 cards. Reduce the cost of all cards. So, oh, okay, so for 24 costs, you get 9 cards in your deck. Wow, that's pretty cool. And he did what? A random card in your hand costs 6 or less. Oh, okay, so every time you fight, you get a random card. Again, pretty cool. So there you go. So that's the deck builder. Art placeholders have round corners. Oh, okay. There you go. So they still got a lot of placeholder. Placeholder artwork. Not that you'd notice, I guess. I don't know what they mean by placeholder, where they've kind of got the artwork from. Yeah, so there you go. That is essentially everything with the game, I think. We've covered everything. Boosters, deck builder. You can check your stats, how well or poorly you're doing. Level rewards, for leveling up you get different amounts. Daily quests. And then the shop. So that's everything. Now, what do I think about the game? I actually think this is probably one of the better early access games I've ever played. The quality of it is extremely well done. I mean, even this little animation in the background, it's great. I think the style of the graphics, the user interface, and everything, it all lends itself together really well for a fantasy game. But aside from that, the actual mechanics and the strategy involved is on so many different levels. As you see, you have to kind of think about your deck. You have to think about where you're going to place units. You have to think about where you're going to place land. You have to think about where your enemy, not only what units they're going to play, but where they're going to try and play them. It's not the same as just playing down cards and knowing how cards pair up well. It is essentially, you know, a TCG and chess combined. So I think it has its appeal for a lot of players. It's definitely a growing genre, I think. It's not for everybody. If you're a pure TCG player, then it might not be for you. But I personally thoroughly enjoy it. I think it's really in a good place already. So I would definitely recommend it because I think it's going to be relatively big. I think it'll stick around for a while, and I think it's the kind of thing that's only going to get better as more people play it, more cards get introduced, and more features in an already fairly feature-full game. They've kind of ticked most of the boxes that you would want from this kind of game. So yeah, I can't sing its praises enough. But you let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments. If you liked the video, then please give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see when we have more videos. You can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at f2pcom, or over on our official website at f2p.com. So thank you guys for watching. I have been Goodfellow as ever. You have been you. This has been Faeria, and hopefully we shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.